Hey, besties. Okay, so I figured I'd do something fun and new for the new year, and I really wanted to make a biker gang and sort of have an overarching theme for a bunch of different Sims, and sort of look at it as more of like a character study, maybe. I don't know, but not really, but kinda. So this sort of idea came to me while I was like mid nostalgia watch of like some classic MCU movies, specifically like the ones that are like 10 years old now, like the Winter Soldier and like the first Avengers and Civil War and stuff, like the good ones back when it used to feel like something. And also I was a teenager, I don't know. Yeah, and so I was like watching them and I was getting all nostalgic, and I forgot how much I enjoyed the Winter Soldier as like a concept and like a character. And I feel like the Winter Soldier and Bucky are like they're the same, but like they're different to me, like vibe wise. And I think the Winter Soldier has a cooler vibe personally. And also like he's like a character in Marvel Rivals that I've been trying to get good at. I was like heavily inspired by like the concept of the Winter Soldier and like the aesthetic, I suppose, of the Winter Soldier. And also in like the MCU, like Bucky has like an affinity for motorcycles. So I was like, how dope would it be if I make like a motorcycle biker gang in The Sims? And so this is where the sim came from, and I'm sort of modeling his face after like Sebastian Stan, who like plays Bucky in the movies. But not exactly, because I really sucked at making like real life Sims, but also I didn't want it to be like an exact replica, because I think that's a little strange. It kind of gives me like uncanny valley when people are able to recreate Sims one-to-one. Like it's cool, but also it's like a little off-putting to me, but it's also really cool. So like I appreciate people that can capture likenesses in Sims, but like I don't know, that really wasn't the vibes. Like it was, but also really not. Like I think he looks very much like his own person, which is what I was going for. And yeah, you know, he's like really dope, and his like outfits and everything are mainly like heavily inspired by the movies. And yeah, no, I really enjoy him a lot actually. And so yeah, that's kind of where the idea of the biker gang came from. And I think it's like an interesting thing to make like a Sims cinematic universe sometimes, when you have like multiple Sims belonging to someplace. That's kind of what like I wanted to do with my like New Crest family series. And so I figured that's fun, why not do a little something new and different for the new year and like mix it up a little. And so I had to find like really good motorcycle poses, and I found some really good ones. And I based this gang in Strangerville because I just think the vibes are right there. You know, it's like the perfect world to do something like that. And it took me, as per usual, honestly, a stupid amount of time to decide on hair and vibes and stuff. And so also this is like the perfect time to talk about this. So I downloaded a like CC version of Bucky's vibranium arm, which is not the same as like his original Winter Soldier arm. It's the one that he got for Infinity War, and it's really like made from vibranium, and it's just like it's a cooler look. But I also really adore the old one, but like that's not the vibes that I was trying to bring to this character specifically. Like I'm sort of like stealing Bucky's nachos right now, but like not directly, like like yes and no simultaneously, because like I want him to look like him and kind of act like him but not be him. And I couldn't have like the arm with the star on it, because like that wouldn't make any sense. Like how would I explain that without it just being a carbon copy of Bucky, you know? Like that doesn't make any sense. So I think the vibranium arm has more of a like just, I don't know, cool metal prosthetic arm look to it that's not like outrageously Marvel. So I think it's really cool. I could add some like, I don't know, like fun representation to like my Sims and stuff. And I downloaded it and I wasn't sure about putting it on, but like I talked myself into it, and I was like, you know, like, let's just put it on and see how we feel, and like let it simmer and see how like we feel about it in like 5 minutes. And I didn't hate it after 5 minutes, so I just left it on. And also, like, if not now, then when? Like, when would I use that again? You know, like I think it's really cool. I don't know. And I copy a lot of his outfits from like the movies and stuff, and also obviously I just make my own. But also, I really try to dress him in a way that like sort of doesn't hide the arm, because I think it's really dope, but it sort of like camouflages it in case it still looks a little too Marvel. Most times, like, he wears like long sleeves. They don't go like all the way down, but like mainly all the way down, so you can't really see, unless you're like looking at his hand or something, that like he has a really cool metal arm or anything. But like I thought it'd be like intentional, not that he's like insecure about it or anything, but like I don't know. Also, because Strangerville's like hot, I don't know if like a metal arm would get like hot too, and then it would be like painful. I don't know. So I felt like, I don't know, covering it with like the like cool leather jacket that he has, and like just sleeves most of the time. I think that just like makes sense from like a common sense standpoint. And I really wanted to make him not necessarily like the lone wolf of the group, because that's kind of what he is, low-key. And again, I really feel like I'm just completely stealing from Bucky, but like basically I don't want him to be Bucky like when he was first introduced. I want him to be Bucky in Captain and the Winter Soldier, like the show, where he's like going to therapy and he like has to be social, and like his therapist is like forcing him to talk to people and like form connections, and not just like grieve and mourn Steve. Spoilers for anybody that isn't caught up on the MCU, but like that's essentially where I want like this character be. I want it to be that like, I don't know, like he hasn't made like a lot of meaningful connections in like a while, and so like I don't think they're like a negative biker gang. Like I think they're more just like a couple Sims that like motorcycles, and they're like chill together and they like hang out together. And so I imagine that like, I don't know, like, you know, like people have like jogging and like running clubs, like that's them. They're the motorcycle club. Like I imagine he saw this posting somewhere and was like, you know, I really should get out the house and like make friends and stuff that have like similar interests to me. And yeah, he's just a little difficult at like doing that, but I definitely think that he's like trying at least. And yeah, I don't know, I think that's fun. I think the idea of that is very fun, and it was very interesting like making a male sim from scratch, because like I always am so scared of doing that, because I'm not the best when it comes to doing that at all, really. But I think it was easy having sort of like a model, like, or at least something to go off of, because obviously not all of these outfits are canon. Like some of these I just made because I like the vibe and I think they work for like the character that I'm making, not necessarily like the character that I stole it from. But like, yeah, I think that makes sense to me. I try to keep his vibe very like grunge casual, not too much grunge, like just like a touch, like just a little bit, but more so on like the casual side of like grunge, where it's like not really but kinda. Like I'm really trying to, I don't know, learn how to style the grunge aesthetic. Like the next sim that we're gonna make, not for the biker gang, but just like the next sim video is actually like a grunge sim, and I've really been like trying to learn how to do that. And like creating outfits in that way. So I would definitely not classify The Sim as grunge, but I don't know, maybe alternative, but like casual, like nothing too crazy, like just like dipping your toe into like alternative styles, but not really, not really. I don't know how to describe it, but I really enjoyed this hair from Simandy because I don't think I've ever used it before. I'm pretty sure this is like the Ivar hair from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I also enjoy playing. And I downloaded it, and then the braid that I believe I think Ivor has that, but one of the characters has like a really long braid. But I've never been able to use that, and I've never been able to use this hair either. But it like worked, strangely enough, because I enjoyed the like long hair element from like the Winter Soldier, and I thought I would like keep that in because I also had like a hair from Sims Trouble that was like long ponytail with like some strands and stuff, and I thought that'd be fun to try to incorporate, and it was definitely fun. And I give him like dog tags because I know that like Bucky keeps his dog tags on him like at like almost all times, and so I imagine I wanted to add that in a little bit to like his story, that like maybe I don't know, like he like I don't know he had to like work in the military in Strangerville because like, you know, like that's like the career that came with that pack. So I imagine that he was like posted out in like Strangerville, and then he got like dismissed or something, and like that's probably why he hasn't made any like meaningful connections in a while, because he's just sort of been sort of preoccupied I guess with like his job and stuff, that he really hasn't really made friends. And I made him loner, klepto, and romantically reserved because I wanted it to be a struggle. And I gave it klepto because Bucky likes to steal, but I changed it to gloomy because I feel like that also helps with like, the lone wolf that like struggles to make friends personality. And I think it's really fun. I enjoyed that. I found this like really dope gas station on the gallery, and I just like plopped it down because it had like a fun little desert gas station vibe to it, and I thought it really fit. But let me know what you guys think about The Sims. Let me know if you have any suggestions either on like upcoming Sims for like this gang. If you have any like suggestions or anything, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video.